Hey guys, this episode of The Read is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. Try Squarespace today at squarespace.com and enter offer code READ at checkout to get 10% off. That's READ. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. And now let's get the show started.
Now your body well sexy and overgrown. Me a talk out clear, now drop mouth and down. Some no man, so them stay home alone. You know regular, let out a sound. Boring, now stay out about. When you hear the bassline,
soon as I get home, I'm finna eat some food.
I should've known.
Bitch, I'ma have me some Henny too. Soon as I get home.
All right.
Anyway. Hey guys.
Yes. Hi. Indeed.
I'm
What the fuck is that?
Good old Faith.
Oh my God. You saw Faith at the beach?
I'm going to get to it later.
Right. Okay. And I'm Lil' Kim's old nose.
Wow.
And this is The Read.
That was inappropriate.
Was it?
No.
Okay.
It was like right on time.
All right.
Hey guys.
Who are you talking to?
The public.
Okay, we already said
The
that.
listeners.
All right, motherfucker.
Whatever. So this is a whole new batch of this bullshit. Back again. Oh, let me put my
money.
My checks in the bank here.
This fool has been over here flossing on Snapchat.
You know, I work very, very hard.
Yeah, no. That's true. So.
Black excellence.
There we go. Just moving right along.
I'm going to go ahead and start with Misty Copeland. Misty Copeland became the first African-American woman to be named a principal in the 75-year history of American Ballet Theater. Now, I don't know 1,000% like what that means. You have explained to me that just means that she's a top tier bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like the baddest.
Yeah, she's just
the
the star bitch at that ballet company. Like, whatever they do, she's the star of. I guess that's what that means. Just like she's the number one baddest. She's first chair at the American Ballet Company, and she's the first black woman in the entire history to do that. So, and I remember her saying that was her goal, to be like a black principal dancer at an American Ballet Company. So this is major.
I was just like, oh wow, like I recognize the name of a ballerina.
Right.
like
because she is the only one I can name. Like every time I think of black people excelling in their fields, it's just like that one name. Misty Copeland is the one I know.
And the New York Times has photos of her young white stands out here in the hall, like waiting for her to come out to sign their ballerina shoes. So that gagged me. I really thought that was adorable.
Not only is she black, but she started ballet hella late, I think. Like not until she was 12 or 13.
Hella.
When most of those girls, okay, well, you know.
Bringing some California back.
I've been talking to somebody from the Bay all day, so maybe I picked
Oh,
that up.
have you?
Okay, we won't be doing that. No, we sure won't be doing that on today. You can move right along, sir.
Oh, was it so good?
Can you?
Also, Black Excellence this week is Bree Newsome.
Of course.
Supergirl.
Just black girls are everything, man.
I feel like Bree Newsome, as she was descending from this flagpole in her head, some of all she could hear was, "It's a different world." Anyway,
maybe so.
Bree Newsome is just a black legend.
Yes,
she is. Social justice warrior princess, queen,
a Negro superhero.
And she has been making loads of headlines recently for scaling the flagpole in front of the South Carolina state capitol while white people were inside going, oh, I don't know. I mean, I just love it so much. Racism. It's just so delicious. Racism. You know, the first thing out of Bree's mouth was like, that was the first thing. She was just and she strapped on a climbing harness, which, where did you get it? But who even cares? And scaled that motherfucker, ripped that Confederate flag down. And as she did it, shouted scripture and shouted that she comes to you, or comes against you in the power of God, in the name of Jesus, and all of these things, versus oppression and hate.
I love it.
Unseasoned chicken.
And they put it right back up too. Them hating.
Of course they did.
That's how you know
they had a black person come out and put it back up, didn't they?
Right, to make a point. To be like, okay, well, we see what you niggas tried to do.
That's fine, but guess what? You gagged, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
When that dread-headed black woman came down there with that shit in her hand and did not give a fuck about how you feel about it. And sweetheart, that is just a shining testament in what I was saying before, which is that you are not going to escape this. So make excuses if you want to. Amen. All y'all are doing is revving up black people more and more and more. And I know the thing that you are terrified more than anything else is for the moment for niggas to band together and push back the way that we should have pushed back for so many decades. But you know what?
It's all right.
Keep acting an ass if you want to. Bree Newsom said, oh girl, what we're going to do today is not this.
And she said she wasn't just going to talk about it. She was going to motherfucking be about it, and took her ass down and went up on the pole and cut the flag down and knew she was going to be arrested. Like, and
smiled when they cuffed her and they were taking pictures.
And knew to have a white man with her.
I'm right here. Yep, sure did it.
Gorgeous.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, I sure did take it down. I did that for the ancestors.
So you can read a statement that she released up online. I think it was posted like a day or two ago, and she talks about all of the things that she's been doing in like Ferguson and West Baltimore and all of these other places. So
congratulations.
Read about her. So this week,
well, maybe not congratulations as much as, we salute you, girl.
Yeah.
Because that took a lot of bravery.
So they could have shot you right now.
They could have shot you before you even hit the ground, girl. So props to you. So
this week in
the people voted for Bitch You Guessed It.
Did they?
On Twitter. It was overwhelming. They love Bitch You Guessed It. I think they like me being horrified. Sad to say. I think people get a lot of pleasure.
Well, I just can't do that anymore, because when I do that, then I don't get snacks.
It's true. So, I mean, but that is what won, just so you know.
But I said that we would just make a sound bite out of it.
Yeah, okay.
And then we would go from there.
It's your world.
Bitch, you guessed it!
God damn you.
And that's the one that we're going to have to use.
You are such a bitch. Woo! Really wish I could throw something at your ass right now.
I don't even.
If I wouldn't ruin all this equipment that I don't want to pay for, I swear to God, I would throw this fucking can.
I didn't even do anything.
Okay. All right. Anyway, move on.
Well, today's actually a day of celebration.
Well, for what?
Nene Leakes is no longer going to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That could not be your top priority today. Is it really? I mean, I don't care. That's fine.
I took a celebratory shot.
So are you going to go back to watching it now that she's gone?
I mean, I watched it when she was on it, and it's probably going to be horrible now that she's not on it, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I don't know. They're going to have to hire some other, like, brolic, delusional woman to take her place.
Somebody but in Atlanta, well, never mind. There's plenty of people willing to act a fool or go to Atlanta to act a fool, so that won't be the issue. But she did say in her statement that she's not going to say never, and she might have to pop back again to play with these girls.
Yes, because she knows that she books all of those other roles from being ghetto as hell on Bravo right. 2 to 3 times a fucking year. So go ahead. I heard that she's already lined up some like role on a sitcom or something on primetime TV.
I mean, she did that before and got
canceled.
And
I think that she just became a downloadable character for Kim Kardashian's dollhouse game that we played.
There's just, I have to respect Nene's country ass big tooth way of making this money. Like, I don't enjoy her character at all, but the fact that she really took herself up from the dirt and is actually making money, like enough to support herself and buy $1 million houses, like that's crazy to me. But props to you, girl. That's the one nice thing I can give Nene. Can you say something nice about Nene Leakes at all? So you just gonna?
Her life matters.
Okay, all right, get on.
To somebody.
Well, it sounds like we don't really give a shit about Nene going anywhere.
So there you go with that. I figure now that she has affiliated herself with the Kardashians as a black human being, that her career and life, are over at this point. Because that's usually what happens to black people when they, get in bed with Kim. So, moving right along.
That's what happened to Tyga. Tyga sold, I think, maybe 12 copies of his album after fucking with this underage girl.
His goose was cooked long before that.
Nobody was really a Tyga fan, I guess, to begin with. So.
But if you go to Los Angeles and turn on the radio, all you hear is Kryga.
Oh, Chris Brown and Tyga. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Tiss Brown. That sounds like a disease. Tiss Brown.
Gross. Okay, no, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, I knew you were going there. God damn it. I tried to stop it.
It sounds sexually transmitted.
Okay, can we not?
So Bobby Shmurda is a dummy. Here's why. And I really, I am so fond.
We were rooting for you.
We really were. And
that Schmigos
so
mixtape.
Charismatic. Oh my God.
We're not going to get our Schmigos mixtape.
No, we have to have it. There's a way.
No, there isn't.
Gucci Mane dropped 7 albums from jail.
Gucci Mane is not in Rikers.
Oh, wow.
Isn't he in Georgia where they love him? Of course he's dropped 7 albums a year. Shit. He probably got a studio in jail.
Gucci Mane is like you never know. Like Gucci will just be out maybe one day like at Whole Foods or something.
Just casually walking
totally
into Linux.
See Gucci at like Trader Joe's. And they'd be like, "You're out?" Like,
right.
They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know how."
Getting his organic eggs and shit
right away.
No, it's fine.
But I just love him, and I really, he's like the worst, but so great when it comes to ratchetry, and that's where Bobby Shmurda was going.
He was like he had us
a shot.
And the streets will never get that Schmigos mixtape now. Like,
I'm devastated.
It's never going to happen because this fool, how do you get somebody to bring you it? Never mind. You haven't even told the story yet.
So apparently Bobby, who is 20, has a girlfriend by the name of Kim, who is 18. And last week, she decided to go and pay him a visit, as ride or die, you ride or die folk do, I guess.
Foreign to your girl, but all right.
And when she went down to Rikers Island, which is like notoriously the worst place on earth, like Rikers Island has to have a door to hell in it. There's somewhere there's a latched door in the ground that you can just pop it on open.
The worst.
Satan's eyes right behind it. Like gotta be.
Just Rikers greeting Island you, just waiting for
Everyone
you right
knows
there.
This.
The whole fiery background, just chilling.
So apparently, the 18-year-old girlfriend went down to the prison. And they confiscated a balloon from her that they opened up and found a shank in.
Yeah.
Or they called it a sharpened metal object.
Girl.
The girlfriend was then charged with promoting prison contraband, and they locked her ass up. So,
aren't they charging Bobby with the same thing?
Yeah, he also got in trouble.
And I think like she was passing it to him, and a guard saw her, and it just really makes you wonder what made you think you was gonna be able to sneak
18
a shank
years old girlfriend to a rapper
into Rikers.
Dumb.
Into Rikers. This ain't nobody's county jail in the middle of Kansas.
Dumb and young.
Girl.
And you know what? That nigga was probably like, bitch, just put, I don't know. He was probably like, just put this shit in a balloon.
Right, because this wasn't her idea. Like,
because the rubber or latex from the balloon was somehow going to mask. Because that is how. I just am trying to picture how they would have gotten past Rikers with that. Like, all you have to do is stuff a shank in a balloon.
Or even if you did manage.
A Magnum condom.
Even if you did get it in, girl, what the fuck makes you think that nobody is looking at you? You're with Bobby fucking Shmurda. You think nobody is watching the two of you as y'all are sitting there interacting? Do you really think there's a chance in hell? But you know what? Teenagers don't think shit through, and she done made a mistake now. Is this a felony? Because God bless her heart.
I think I looked it up, and it's it might be a misdemeanor depending on like the degree, but I don't know for sure.
The last thing Bobby needed was more years added to his sentence.
I mean,
the nigga don't even have the money to bail out.
I just want Schmigos.
and you're not going to get it.
Can you imagine like a Schmigos featuring Fetty Wap? Oh God.
And you know what? We all have to mourn that now because Bobby Shmurda wanted to be too real of a nigga. Like, he just could not let the realness go. But I heard he's getting harassed in Rikers, which would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, wouldn't really surprise me either. And he looks like he's so thin and.
Well, he was always small, but he looks frail as fuck now. Like, it's a sad story. But, I mean, what can you even say?
So, let's talk about Britney Spears shading Iggy Azalea. No longer pretty girlfriends.
That lasted for all of, 3 weeks? Iggy Azalea needs to realize.
Lasted until that iTunes check came.
Iggy Azalea has to see the clock is ticking down. Like, girl.
First,
it's almost
I was going to
over.
make a really insensitive joke about her face that would have been so bad.
Well, after the swelling went down, it doesn't look so bad anymore. But, I think she came straight off the table. So.
Like she was like, okay, uncuff me. Like, you can take the stress off.
Just unwrap me.
Oh my God, let me stop. Okay. There are people in Australia that are nice people.
Right. Don't blame them for her.
Anyway, so someone must have. This is the thing that I love about these stories is that stans are the ones that make these issues in the first place.
Yep.
Someone said something about the Pretty Girl song being a flop. And actually, the fan says, even if Pretty Girls flopped a little, gotta have hope.
A little?
You have to have hope.
Girl.
It's still got a lot of views on YouTube, and it's the summer anthem of 2015.
Ain't.
Not my summer.
Is not.
Not my 2015.
100% no.
So whatever, we love you. Iggy responded to that.
Why? Why does she still have her password?
Like, what? This is the...
Stay off fucking internet.
It's difficult to send a song up the charts without additional promo and TV performances, etc. Unfortunately, I'm just featured. Now, I want to rewind really quickly because I remember reading some quotes on blogs when this shit was like, when they first started talking about this collaboration, and she was saying, it's not just, a feature. It's like, it's the two of us going back and forth, and, we're like sharing it because we're best friends, and, I babysit her kids, and like, I go and get them sliced pears, whatever. Now she's just featured and talking about it's difficult to send a song up the charts when you don't have promo. No, girl, it's difficult to send a song up the charts when it's trash and it's just inescapable garbage. Like when there's no way around it, that's what's hard about it.
From start to finish, that song is abysmal. Britney sounds terrible. You sound terrible. Your bars are awful. And the video is bad too.
The video...
Both of y'all look like some old washed up stank ass bitches. It's just a wreck from start to finish, girl. That's why it flopped. It sucks. You
Her
suck.
comments after that, because the Britney, the Spearmints? I don't know what you call them. I don't know what Britney Spears fans are called.
I think Britney Spears had stans back before stans had a name.
Oh, yeah, no. Britney Spears stans have been killing you in the name of their queen.
Oh, yeah. Since 1998.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not been a joke.
Since the Britney
Since Baby
VMA
One More Time.
performance.
Bitch, honestly.
Do you remember when
I used to be a Britney
performed at the VMAs together?
Bitch, don't sit here and do this.
Bitch, let me tell you.
Because I used to go the fuck off for Britney Spears. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Anyway.
And Iggy tried.
So, and that's the real issue here, is that Britney's single can be garbage because she's still Britney.
Right,
so
bitch.
It don't even matter that she's an android now. Like, we don't give a fuck. She's Britney.
So what? Britney has to recharge herself every 3 days. That's fine. She's Britney fucking Spears. She's a legend. You don't have that space. If you flop, it's a problem.
They got to download a patch for her. Anyway,
Britney gets iOS updates, but it's cool.
The stans came and were like, what? And so Iggy says, my comment is factual. It applies to any song. I don't have to suck the woman's asshole 24/7 to be her friend. Do I? Bye, girls.
See, that was where she
went
wrong.
For what? Why? Like, why is it even necessary? So Britney came through, right?
Britney had time on yesterday.
Let me tell you something. I almost went out and just bought a Britney album, like an old school one, because I didn't even realize she had this in her. The tweet says, "Can't wait to get back." This is so good.
It is. It's so
Can't wait to get back to Vegas. So thankful I have shows for the rest of the year to look forward to. Hashtag you want a piece of me. She could have left the hashtag out of it.
No.
But that shit.
It was perfect. The hashtag was perfect. Like, girl, just so you know, I'm booked. I've been booked and I'll remain booked.
So thankful to have shows for the rest of the year to look forward to.
Not to mention a 15-year career.
Britney Jean Spears.
Go the fuck off. Tell that raggedy bitch about herself. Like, bitch, you're not finna try Britney Jean Spears.
And what makes it even better is that this gives her even more of an excuse to get rid of that song and act like it never fucking happened.
And none of us will be mad. It's awful.
It is pretty bad.
Especially next to Feeling Myself. Like, the two of y'all in that video versus Nicki and Beyonce in that video is no fucking
that was so
it's
bad.
No fucking contest.
Wow.
Anyway.
Glory Johnson's having twins.
That sounds like Glory Johnson's personal problem. Not my problem. Not
Babies
Brittany Griner's problem.
Blessing.
I mean, that sounds like Glory Johnson's blessing is what I meant to say.
Oh.
But you know, her private blessing, not me or my man's business. So,
alrighty.
I'm just saying, congratulations to her though. Amen. God is so good.
So,
you don't want to do this.
Just don't care at all. Oh, they sucked. Okay, so the BET Awards were on Sunday, and
yeah.
They were just so bad from top to bottom. Just undeniable. There's no way around it. Sugar can't coat it. They sucked. Okay. So I've got it out.
Yeah, you feel better?
Just a little bit. What was that?
It was...
In all honesty, like...
Well, I mean...
What was it?
And I've been bragging on the BET Awards because I feel like for the past few years it's gotten better and better. Like,
has it?
I feel that way. Yes, I felt like the last two BET Awards were
that
pretty
is
good.
Because Beyonce said yes, you may call in on FaceTime and broadcast my performance at the end of your program.
It wasn't even just Beyonce, like, but I just feel like BET dropped the ball in a lot of different ways this year.
Shit.
Like, it just
Kel Surprise.
It was a lot. Where are we even starting with this? Are we starting at the beginning of the show or just with the worst shit
I'm just
that
going
we saw?
to say that, you know, again, Black Excellence, I forgot to say that an update that, oh God, what was the young woman's name? Camilla McIntyre? I never really knew how to say her name, and I'm so sorry, sweetheart, because you are like the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, she was the young lady who designed her own prom dress, and it was super Afrocentric, and she had the big fro and like jewelry, and it was like, I'm awesome, and she won prom queen. So she designed a red carpet dress for Naturi Naughton, who's you know, the one who got hit in the face with Popeyes and 3LW, but now she's known for being on Power.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was macaroni and cheese from Churches, but that's fine.
Oh, it wasn't chicken?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the hot mac and cheese because she was saying like, it burns. And chicken bounces, you know.
Oh,
mac
yeah,
and cheese
that's right.
sticks
That's
to your
right.
face. But anyway, the dress was fucking
Soul food.
gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. And Naturi looked so nice in it.
Yeah,
So
she looked so cute.
there were good things. Diane's performance was excellent. Diane from Blackish when they had the black.
Oh yeah, her and her TV siblings,
Little twin,
whipping
yes.
a
It
nay.
was
That was
adorable.
fantastic. You know, I live for them. Faith Evans showed her whole entire ass. You know what? Okay, so let's just do this.
All right.
The BET Awards were absolute garbage. Now, here are the things that actually did, you know, spark a bit of my fire. First of all, I love the fact that Puffy did exactly what we said he would, which was call on all of the people from Bad Boy Past that still speak to him and say, hey, girl, we're having a show. We would love for you to come out and give the girls nostalgia, because it was fantastic. Like,
And he did find Mace, just like you said he would.
told you. And he came out in the little, you know, the shiny mirror.
Yeah, it was that bullshit.
And fell in Lil' Kim's hole. That was interesting.
Yikes.
But yeah, like 112, Faith Evans she showed her ass. She sounded good.
did.
She looked good. I couldn't stop.
At least she sounded good because 112 did not. 112 sounded a hot ass goddamn mess.
Well,
and
they
that
still
hurts
know how to spin around real fast.
Listen, their whole appeal was like sexy music. It was like sexy urban teenager, like that whole thing. And so that was what, like, the reason that anybody lived for them in the first place. But them niggas sounded terrible.
They weren't the worst sounding on that stage.
Well, no, they sure were not. Are we going in that direction? Because Tori Kelly sounded good.
Her lace front didn't look good.
Why
do you even have a lace front? Like, why
do this?
No, because I adore Tori Kelly, and I was actually, I know some people were confused as to why she was there, but I know she got some, color up in her
somewhere,
and I prefer her over like a few other pop girls that can allegedly belt.
Okay.
But I just didn't understand why her hairline looked like that night. Well, it just really bothered me and confused me.
My whole thing about Tori Kelly is I don't like this pop direction that her voice is going in, or I guess that her album is going in. I don't know. And maybe I should maybe it's like a cover thing or like a soulful thing, but I just don't like, when I heard her album, I was just like, girl, what is this? I just feel like she sounds better when her voice is doing like more soulful music than this other shit. But, get it how you live. I don't really care. It was the fact that she went out there and sounded good was what I was asking for, because when people are performing, I expect them, if they're singing, I expect them to be singers who know how to sing and sing well into a microphone. And that's what Tori Kelly did for me. So,
I'm going to let you know that I fast forwarded through a lot of performances that I just knew right away were not going to sit right with my spirit. And so there were a few things I didn't experience, and we don't even have to mention.
The Tyga performance? I'm sure you didn't see that.
The what?
Tyga and Chris Brown.
I don't know what that is. Actually, I watched some of it only because, okay, so great, let's go there. Let's just go right there. Because Chris Brown's high again. And I know that he's, and it is what it is, but it's just something that we have to just go ahead and acknowledge and let somebody go ahead and do something about that. Mama came out again with that puffy Pharrell new shit that he has out, which I feel like it's gonna grow on me. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Really?
It gives me like Harlem Shake rollerblading, and like I
can't.
Something about it might, I don't know. I feel like it's going to. But like when he hopped into the crowd and started like stomping the yard in the fucking aisles at Staples Center or Nokia Theater, wherever the
like,
fuck.
Nigga, what are you doing?
He was showing his ass because he knew that both his exes were in there and they were both looking good.
I really don't think Chris was acting an ass because Karrueche and Rihanna were in the same room. I really don't. I think Chris was acting an ass because Chris is childish and on cocaine, and that is all he needs.
And because Rihanna's whole fresh ass was there looking good.
She did.
Promoting a video, and that was the sole reason that you saw her beiging ass at that motherfucker that night. The whole reason.
Yeah.
So transparent. Like, what?
The show just... So, what did
Smokey Robinson decided that he wanted to just recite the whole entire Old Testament. Just the whole thing.
If Robin Thicke
word for word.
If Robin Thicke was doing your tribute, you would get up and say what you wanted to and then sing your own damn self too. Like, I can't even blame him on that.
Why was Robin Thicke there? For what? Like, why are you still
Why did Sam
doing
Smith
this
win
to us?
Best New Artist? The anger in your face is like, it's palpable. Like, I can.
Again, something. I like Samantha. I don't have nothing against her. I am cool with what she is bringing to music. At the same time, why is Sam Smith nominated for a Black Entertainment Television Award?
Especially Best New Artist. And why is he winning next to Ray Shremmer?
Why is he nominated? Why is he nominated for a Black Entertainment Television
because Black
Award?
People love his
There is
music.
nothing about Sam Smith that sings Black Entertainment. Like, y'all pushing it. You did it for Justin Timberlake, fine, whatever. You've done it for Robin Thicke because they love singing soulful music and,
that's really what it is.
Collaborating with Mary J. Blige, whatever. Why is Sam Smith nominated for Best New Artist at the BET Awards? And then you have the nerve to not only give it to him over Black artists, but then on top of that, you have Anthony Anderson dress up as this white man and go up on stage and pretend to be him. Are you out?
So you gave it to Sam Smith even though he did not even come to the fucking show over talented young Black artists who were excited to be there. Like, I don't get that, BET. Why would that? You can have whatever white performers or whatever
Janet
you
Jackson
want.
got a motherfucking tribute no one sings. And
Janet's tribute was weak as hell, to be 100% honest.
now listen, Sierra showed her ass, but I just want to show the fact. I just want to point out the fact that not only did Sierra have one of the greatest performances of her career that night without singing,
Well,
but it was like, it was just a very great example of the fact this is what we want from you, girl.
Yes.
We don't need crossover pop. We don't need for you to do the butterfly in front of a white backdrop.
Nope.
Like, that's like, you're beautiful. We get it. We don't need for you to be modelesque. Like, what we need for you to do is call up for somebody with a banging 808 and for you to get your gutter ass about. She looked like Janet.
She
Like,
did.
just give us life on the dance floor, mama. That's what we need
That's
from you.
literally all we're asking from Sierra. Nobody's ever demanded vocals out of you because we know we're not expecting you to give something you just don't got.
No one got
But
vocals
girl,
out of that tribute, and they were still cool. And Janet walked her ass out there looking
but
good.
for Janet Jackson, the icon, I felt like that tribute fell way short.
Oh,
like they could have
super
done
short.
so much better. Like, I expected it to, first of all, be much longer.
The MTV Icon show, that was bad.
It was
When
like
Pink danced her
Yeah.
white ass with that pink hair.
It's a sad
Pink
day
was not playing.
when MTV does a better tribute to a black artist than BET does. And I'm not even one of those people who shits on everything BET does, because I do like the BET Awards and Black Girls Rock and some other stuff.
Man,
but this was
fuck
just...
OH.
You ain't
I don't
shit.
give a fuck about that. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going to applaud mediocrity in Black Hollywood anymore. I'm not. Because that's the reason that all this shit is whack in the first motherfucking place. And then for the life of me, I don't understand why BET is owned by the same fucking white corporation that owns all of these other shit, but they're left to be mediocre as hell. I'm sorry. I don't like that shit was so bad. The timing was bad. The production was bad. Why is MC Lyte still in the attic doing this? Like,
Announcing herself.
what was that intro? Like, why are y'all still trying to write jokes for all of this stuff? Like, there's some shade in here that I could really throw if I wanted to be 100% ghetto. But like, the whole point of this is that, like, I can't. These white folk that own BET need to swoop on through, tell Deborah that she can go,
Yeah,
and
that's
snatch the guts out of this bitch, shave down the skeleton, and start over like a woman trying to regrow edges. Just shave it all
Take
off.
it all off.
Everything, the whole thing, and just let it breathe and regrow as the beautiful blackness that it is. I'm sorry, I don't want to watch no Keisha Cole and Neffy show. I don't. Deshaun, what is his name? Wesley, Deshaun, Winston. What is Deshaun? Deshaun. Football, some sports. He's got a reality show.
Really?
Like,
Well, first of all, there's a lot of niggas that play sports. I'm gonna have to Google this.
one of them niggas'
Deshaun.
name is Deshaun.
What, do you know how many Deshaun's?
And that was the other thing. Every time they would go to commercial or come back from a commercial, here comes Drea or fucking Diggy Simmons talking about some straight to DVD ass movie that's coming out this fall or some shit that nobody's gonna like.
The fucking Deshaun Jackson. The fucking
Whatever her name
teleprompter
is.
didn't work. Like, everybody was
Diddy
fucking up their
couldn't
lines.
read it. Like, it was just.
Actors were doing singing performances for some reason nobody can understand, just taking up time. No
And you
shade
know
to
what?
Empire, but why are actors on stage singing right now at the BET Awards? Empire is not even on right now. Like, the season is not even currently airing. Why are they on stage on the BET Awards?
Well, because Taraji and Terrence were nominated. Like, it was
So-
honestly Empire being there. I don't know. Empire being there was probably like the cat's goddamn meow for them, because Empire is some black shit that white people love. So having an Empire performance was like a fucking given. So I'm not even like, no, I'm saying from the perspective of BET, it doesn't surprise me. They performed at the Billboard Awards. Like, they performed for white people. BET, like, that's not
I don't
even.
understand why they're being treated as though they're musicians, though they're actors. Like, why are they that is so fucking bizarre to me. And it
the
seems
same way that Zac Efron and all them bitches from High School Musical went on a goddamn world tour in some fucking fake ass Disney jerseys, bouncing basketballs around on concert stages, singing about we're all in this to goddamn together. I don't get
but
it
the
either.
show was long enough as it was. Like,
The point that I'm making,
okay,
because outside of
It's like you want to be rude and you're trying to hold back. And I feel like you should
I'm trying to, because the point that what I'm trying to do, because I know that people will be, oh my God, because black people, we have to, because it's the only thing we have. And that's the reason it sucks, is because people will just be like, oh, well, it's BET, so, it's black and we got to support black stuff. Da, 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 da. I don't have to support your black business or your black anything just because you black. Like, I'm not going, you don't have to do that shit for me either. I'll support you if you have substance or some kind of, like, I understand they're trying to change the programming for the arounds now.
Yeah.
Like they did the House Husbands of Hollywood show, which I actually don't mind. I think that it's kind of funny. And like, they're trying to do like scripted stuff with, like Being Mary Jane. I watched the first season of that. I didn't mind it, but I definitely didn't give a fuck enough to watch it the second season. I know Brandy's got a show. Brandy was there looking crazy too. Like
Did you see Tamar and K. Michelle in the Battle of the Lace Fronts?
So let's just end there, because I want to point out, and this is a fact, I wasn't at home when the shit aired because I was we had the party that day.
305
and
Live.
then after that, we decided to go like run around in the streets for Pride. I don't really do Pride normally, but figured since this is like a historical weekend, or was a historical weekend and moment for the LGBTQI 127.5 community, that I should be, just among the people and being actually proud.
I felt the same way
to be gay. So,
because I haven't done Pride in like a decade.
But white pride is different than black pride, which I will get to at the end of the show.
Okay.
Either way, I set my DVR to record the award show, and when I got home, it ended like this. This is where the DVR cut off. It's all about forgiveness tonight. And I just want to say, K. Michelle, I'm sorry. And I forgive you. And I'm going to do this for my girl at the end. It cut off right there.
God is
like
good.
The DVR shut off right there. And I was like, these bitches are friends now?
I guess.
So now all of a sudden, K. Michelle and Tamar Braxton. K. Michelle came out there in this 2-piece dominatrix outfit with that huge fake butt looking like a brooch.
It looks so bad. It's so ugly. Ugh.
Like, why? I don't even know the song. Whatever. And then Tamar came out and sang the fuck down, as she usually does. But her eyelashes weren't staying in place, and she was just like, she's so animated that like she became like 30 different memes by, I'm sure, the time that the show was over.
Well, she's not pretty, and then them eyelashes just, God, it was ugly on top of ugly.
And then Patti LaBelle comes out, I guess, to be, the Lady Farrakhan of the moment and get them to hug it out. And by the time the show was over, K. Michelle already had a brand new beef with Drea and Coco from SWV. So
Drea, how did she get into it with? You know what? Never mind. Because some people,
it doesn't even matter.
Drama is all that they like live for. That bitch just thrives on that shit. And it's crazy because somebody emailed us asking like, is there anything nice you can say about K. Michelle? Like, do you like one of her songs? Has she ever done anything
she can
redeeming? Because y'all shit on her all the time. I'm like,
she can sing.
I mean, I can give her that, but I can't name. She
has a song with Trina, and I like Trina's verse on it.
I've never heard a K. Michelle song that I enjoyed. Being 100% honest, because I could put it aside and name songs by artists that I hate, that, songs that I can actually rock with, but I just have never heard anything from her that I enjoyed. So, I
mean, I liked the VSOP song, but I mean, it's right there in the top. The song's called VSOP.
Yeah.
There you go.
The BETs, they were just, it was...
They sucked. And I'm like, I'm 1,000% over it. I really wish that I could have... I love Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross. My mama texts me when we left the party talking about, do you see this horrible intro? Like, my mother texted me to tell me that the show was bad.
So much of it was just, like, awkward, and the lines weren't coming out right, or the teleprompter was fucking up, or the people were fucking up. It was just like consistently mistakes, like timing things, and it's just like God, when is the production value on these gonna get better? Like,
ever? Like, can it at all? Please, for once.
It's frustrating, but and
even then, You know, and I the reason that I struggle through it is because it's literally the black channel. Yeah, there's Centric and TV One, which hell, that's good for, you know, a Martin marathon,
reruns,
some Living Single, and A Different World.
Which I'm not mad at. You know, I need my black sitcom marathon.
I watch TV One more than BT.
I live for those. Like,
I don't watch BT at all. For what?
Yeah.
What am I watching? What?
If I could catch like a marathon of a show I loved in my childhood, I would watch regardless of the network. I'll sit there and watch MTV for 3 hours because they showing a Fresh Prince marathon. Like, I just will do it. But BET, I don't know what happened with the BET Awards this year, but y'all have got to.
You act like
together.
the BET. I mean, most award shows these days are horrible. Like, the past 3, 4, 5 VMAs have sucked, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, no.
The Grammys are whack. The Billboard Awards are a lie. The American Music Awards are a lie.
Well,
like I haven't watched an award show in a long time that was like, oh, that was a really good show. And it actually used to be the BET Awards. That would be great because it would be like a really great tribute, or somebody would come out and do some really great classics. That would be great and stuff. But now it's like, and also music is completely different.
I think, like, and I love, like, one of the few things I do love about the BET Awards is that section they have where they put on new artists that nobody's ever heard before, but then they only let them sing for like 30 seconds. It's like, but this bitch has more talent.
Commercial.
She has more talent than half the niggas who have been on stage. Like, give us more Andrew Day and Leon Bridges and less of these other niggas. Nobody needs to hear from Tyga or Chris Brown for the third time.
The only reason that K Michelle was even performing on the damn stage is because she had a whole entire BF last year because they didn't want her to perform on the main stage. They asked her to perform like in the pre-show or something, and so they put her ass up there this year. And then Rich Homie Quan apparently declined to perform in the pre-show or something because he wanted to do the main stage or some shit.
For
like
what?
It's the beat.
Okay. You know what? Don't do that, because like I feel like people are gonna be like, oh, y'all are just shitting on BET because it's BET, and that's not the case. Like,
it's not the case. The case is it's not even what I would like to see is at least a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, snatch some of those producers or whoever these people are that are doing shows for OWN. Like, I would just like to, not that that's, you know,
a whole lot better,
but I'm just saying, like, something a little bit more to everything. Ain't gotta be hip hop all the time. That's not an accurate representation of blackness. I feel like it's the BET Awards, which you can usually kind of count on to give you a little bit of balance, because they'll give you some gospel and they'll give you some R&B.
They will.
Sometimes they'll give you a little bit of reggae too. I remember the year that I went, there was like Elephant Man or some shit. I don't remember, like all kinds of wild shit. So usually it kind of balances it all out. But then outside of that, all I see is Keisha Cole, her mom and them, and then like Nelly and his kids and whatever else. It's just like, I don't know, whoever their head of programming is over there, they need to go ahead and find something else to do with their life and have somebody else start this over, because it's just
the original.
And y'all niggas know that, so you can feel however the fuck you want to about me saying that. I don't give a shit.
Everybody knows the original programming on BET is not good.
It's
like,
terrible.
Nobody's just like, oh, bitch, let me turn to BET for whatever the new hot shit is. Like, it just doesn't happen, because there's something always, it's like a tired ass storyline or horrible actors or a terrible script. It's like, it's always something to make you be like, girl, when is BET just gone? I don't know. I want better for y'all, though. I really do.
Whatever. Well, that was it.
Okay. All right, now that we've ended on that cheery ass notes, let's take a break.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by NatureBox. Listen, we know that if you're anything like us, you love to snack, because that's what I do pretty much 24/7. So if you're gonna snack, you might as well do it in a manner that won't make you feel like crap afterwards and all guilty and stuff. Get you some NatureBox snacks. They have got over 100 healthy and crave-worthy options that can be delivered right to any one of your doors, and all of their snacks are made with 0 artificial flavors, colors, sweeteners, 0 gram trans fats, and no high fructose corn syrup. So check it out, because the best part about it is they taste so good.
Yeah, they do. We've told you guys so many times how we love the sriracha roasted cashews. They've got pistachio power clusters, Big Island pineapple, all kinds of great snacks, and you can have them sent to your home or work, whatever's more convenient for you. You can pick the size that works for you or your family. So go to naturebox.com/theread. We're giving out a free trial of snacks. You can choose the ones you like, or you can be surprised every month. So mix it up with NatureBox. Let them know we sent you. We know you're going to love it. That's naturebox.com/theread to get a free trial box of delicious snacks. And now let's get back to the show.
All right, we're back, and it's time for the listener letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com, and we may just read it aloud on the show. Our first question comes from JT, and it says, I'm a gamer and I need both of y'all's help. Yes, you too, Crissle. I'm a dedicated gamer and an even more dedicated mixed race man. I have a group of gamer friends, most of whom are white, but not all, and we recently watched E3. We were freaking out and having fun and making chicken bets over when Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 were going to come out. We're going to come out like any normal gamer until I made this comment. Man, I can't wait for the day when we see some people of color running these companies. You would have thought I said all their mamas look like Mama D, because everyone immediately started rolling their eyes and saying no and chastising me for always bringing up racial issues. For the record, I don't. I bring them up once in a blue moon, hoping for more black characters in games or more black gaming execs. And I got up immediately, told them to fuck off and never to invite me to another game session again. Is there a time and place for those kind of comments? Do I need to pick my audience? I felt uneasy keeping quiet about wanting to see more people who look like me involved in something that I love. Also, do you guys know where I can find some black gamers to game with?
So, look, I love this question.
I knew you would.
The thing that...
Oh, it also says, Kid Fury, endless thank yous for making Neon.
Right. Thank you. I was going to bring that up because the big part of the reason that I started Neon, which stands for Nerdy Electronic Online Nigga, Negro. Negro for people who can't handle.
So fucking wrong with you. Woo!
So,
okay.
I started that because there just aren't, like, for people that are hardcore gamers, regardless of what genres you like, whether it's like first person shooters or sports games or adventure games, RPG, whatever, people that are like really, really hardcore gamers that may be black or gay, and I feel like, you know, both, whatever, but I feel like we rarely have friends of color that are like hardcore gamers as well. We probably have like one or two friends that like games, but are not like watching E3. So I started that for that very reason. So, you know, you can go and watch a video or have a conversation with someone who is waiting for Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and Horizon Zero Dawn, but also like wishes the Shamigos mixtape would come out.
So
like,
is this common to deal with like racism from other people?
Well,
who
the
play
gaming
these
community
games?
is really, really bad, and that's another part of the reason why I did it, is because so many people that play games, like I don't even watch that many other like gamers online, because a lot of them are young white guys that just say the most horrendous things to each other, regardless of race. I'm not just like, they're not just saying, oh, I want to lynch you. Like it's whoever it is, they just say really, really, really terrible things to each other. I don't know if it's like in the heat of competition or what, but I don't like this shit, which is part of the reason why I rarely play online games with random people, because if I don't know you and I can't like beat your ass, then what's even, you know, like I'm not gonna just have you talking any kind of crazy to me through my TV.
But the fact that the racism is that bad that y'all have to like,
I mean, it's not even just racism, it's just like overall intolerance, like because most of the people in the gaming community are white men, and they just feel like I'll be on Twitch, which is like Ustream for games, and then like if a girl is playing a game, white, black, whatever, if a woman is playing a game, it'll be like, oh, she's a girl. Like it'll be like, it's the most dumb.
Is that really
childish,
a thing? For
like
what?
It's really a thing. It's better now. It's definitely gotten a lot better now, because women have come forth and be like, Street Fighter, Halo, whatever it is, I bet y'all whoop that ass. So bring it. You know, like, so now a lot that it's better, but
Still a wreck.
It's just there's so many of them that fall into the boundaries of what my read was last week, which is like excuses and everything isn't about race and there aren't any black stars in Assassin's Creed because there were no black people in the 1950s. Like, what? I mean, it's just like, it's always something so dumb. And a part of, like, it's actually a dream of mine to produce a video game. And I think I've told you this before, maybe it was Tay, but I want to fund like a video game. I already know what I want it to be about, and I already know like how I want it to play and everything. And it's going to star not only a black character, but a black gay character, and it's going to be amazing one day, hopefully. Either way,
okay,
yeah, I don't feel you shouldn't have to deal with that kind of shit. Like, that will just translate, or it'll trickle off into other parts of your friendship, because there's no reason that there shouldn't be black people or any, like, well, I can't say people of color because there are lots of people of color that like develop games, but there is no reason there shouldn't be like more leading characters in these games that are black. There are hardly any, great games with female characters. It's hard to find like a really good female.
It sounds hard to be a game fan, really.
It's not hard to be a game fan, but there's just isn't that much variety when it comes to like games with a story and stuff. A lot of games today allow you to create your own character, so you can make like a woman or a black person or whatever. But when it comes to like a game with a story, you're probably gonna play it as a white guy with really unrealistic muscles that can like fly or whatever. And the game will still probably be fun, but the reason that you hardly see variety is because of bullshit like that. Like, everything isn't about race.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, I was on a forum the other day, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but they were like hating on one of the characters in Mortal Kombat, which is a black woman. And someone called them out like, this feels kind of like racist. And they're like, it's not about racist because we just don't like her and she's ugly and she has no point being in the game and just others don't like her. And it's like, well, that sounds pretty bad. It doesn't have anything to do with her being black. I just think that she's ugly and her cornrows are stupid. So
it's the blackness that gets on your nerves. Then
she's black. No, her character, there's nothing about. That's what it is.
Right. Okay.
That's the reason why.
So you're arguing with a brick wall. So I can see why sometimes you would just want to be like, okay, I'm not even wasting my energy on these motherfuckers today. But my advice is always to cuss somebody out for being racist.
Absolutely.
So that's always what I'm going to tell you to do. But let's move on. Our next question comes from James, and he says, I recently came out as gay, and my best friend, who is also gay, is more of an expert on the gay community. He is my quote unquote guru, so to speak. I told him that I have dreams of marrying sometime after college in my mid to late 20s, and he tells me that when it comes to the gay community, marrying young is next to impossible if you get married at all. He says that gays are not looking to marry, they're looking to have a good time. And I've heard this stereotype for years that all gay people want to do is fuck and not actually have something serious. My question is, am I a fool to be gay but still want the typical quote unquote, am I a fool to be gay? This is his literal exact words. But still want the typical quote unquote heteronormative, come on, Tumblr, life of marriage and kids. Right. You better know your Tumblr words.
Tumblr it out.
So is he crazy to be gay and still expect something like marriage and children and a white picket fence and a house and 2 cars and all that?
No. I think that that's the type of person that you are, but I agree with your your gay parent, your home mom, your home mother. No, that doesn't work.
No.
It sounds like I'm calling your mother a
homo mom.
Your homo mom.
Homo mom.
Homo mom. Whatever.
Your gay mom.
Yeah. How old did he say he was?
He doesn't.
Oh, well.
But based off this, he says he wants to do it when he's after college, after he's graduated.
So pretty
I'm going to say late teens, early 20s.
Yeah. You can put that shit out of your mind for a good minute. You go on and get right on over it.
Yeah. Too bad you're not a lesbian, because I would say you could probably get settled down within the next couple of months, because they are always ready to lock it down.
Like, I just love y'all for
it's
that.
Just like commitment is number one on lesbians. Like finding a lesbian who really just wants to have like a casual, like a truly casual relationship and not like we're going to be in love in 3 weeks. That's very rare. So if only you were a woman.
So yeah, I think that it's actually very crucial for you to be young and like date and have a good time. That doesn't mean that you should just be out here fucking all willy-nilly and acting crazy. I mean, if you want to do that, you know, feel free. Make sure that you educate yourself on what's going on out here. They've got a PrEP and condoms and all kinds of things, like if you want to do that. But that's just something that you have to make sure that you know about. But what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with fucking or wanting to just fuck, but yeah, I think that it's probably going to be difficult for you at this age to find a man to find a man that wants to be committed, much less be married and have children. But
at this age, though, I would tell people, regardless of gender or sexual orientation, just enjoy yourself.
Right.
Like, I know marriage sounds good and, you know, like, oh, somebody to love me and fuck me every day or whatever you think marriage is going to be. But just give yourself some time, because I promise you, as you grow up, your perspective changes. Sometimes your point of view changes, and you may not be so ready to rush into a relationship or settle down. So, like, give yourself some time to grow up. You know, understand that turning 18 doesn't mean you're grown. Like, adulthood is a transition. It's a process. So just let yourself grow up. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time.
Sweetheart.
Oh, this looks like some heart-to-heart gay advice right here.
You have got to just grow and let it happen. Oh my goodness. But I know where you're coming from. And
did you ever feel that way? Like, oh, I want to get married, like right now?
I never felt like I wanted to get married, but I did always feel like I wanted to have, you know, like an Oprah Stedman
kind of setup.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that I will end up getting married someday, but I'm not like in a rush to or looking forward to it. Like, I
just am not trying to take nobody to meet my people.
Kids.
I'm really just not trying to subject anybody to meeting my family. My family is nuts, and that just...
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that bullshit.
Like, but take your time. You know, let yourself grow up.
Let's wait a while.
Yeah, you got plenty of time for all that.
It's too late, let's wait a while before we go too far.
I love when
Don't you think, hey, let's wait a while. Janet walks her ass out on that stage in that motherfucking jumpsuit with that hair slicked to the goddamn
like
side, snow snatched, giving you like just
skin snatched,
filling the room with that rich ass Middle Eastern air.
Yes, that just billionaire weave blended seamlessly. Woo!
Yes, I'm here, and
I thank you all so much.
I humbly accept this large chunk of glass.
Honor. You guys are so nice.
And, you know, enjoy being poor.
I'll see you guys on tour.
Make sure that you remember to always pay your taxes. I know I won't see all of you hoes. That was a part I lived for as well.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. Send your questions to ask3@gmail.com and we'll be right back. Hey guys, building a website can be really tough, and even if you do know your way around coding, making a website that looks good and works well is time consuming, and frankly, most of us don't have the time or the skill for that. So whether you need a business site, a portfolio, something for a restaurant, or whatever else, in this day and age, most of us need a website, and lucky for us, Squarespace makes it super easy to build beautiful websites without breaking a sweat. They've got a simple, powerful, and beautiful website that looks professionally designed. There's tons of interfaces and templates to use. So head on over to squarespace.com and use offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. Kid Fury is going to tell you more about it.
Yes, Squarespace is awesome, and we use Squarespace for our websites to build, to update, and it makes it so easy. We don't have to worry about feeling done. They've got 24/7 support via live chat and email. It's only $8 a month, and you get a free domain if you buy Squarespace for the year. So you can start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today. Again, just go over to squarespace.com and use offer code READ to get 10% off your first purchase. That's Squarespace. Start here and shake a little something for them. Right. And we'll get back to the show. And we're back, and it's time for some reading.
It is. Do you want me to go first this week?
It's up to you.
Okay, because I'm just going to tell a little story about an experience I had on an airplane and why I hate y'all.
Okay.
So, I flew home last weekend. I missed Saturday of Pride because I went home for my cousin's wedding. And it was gorgeous, and I had so much fun. But on the way there, I boarded the airplane, and I noticed there were a lot of children.
Oh, God.
Right. And so you know how I feel when you board a plane and you see a bunch of kids. It's like, oh God. So this is going to be a low sleep flight. You know, it's going to be a high noise flight. And I understand that you cannot control babies. I do. They're annoying as fuck, especially when they're on the plane and they're screaming and nothing you're doing can calm them the fuck down. But I get it. Children under the age of 5 or so, I expect them to act a fool. So when I got on the plane and I get in my seat and this lady comes next to me, and then next to her is like a 3-year-old little girl, I was like, here we fucking go. Because like you can't get mad because my nephew's 3 and I know he's bad. You know, he's going to turn the fuck up and when he wants to, and you cannot stop him.
There's nothing
if he gets it in his head, like I'm just going to scream this Smigos, then he's just going to do it. And no one can, you have to physically remove him.
Try and stop me if you want to and see if you don't make it worse.
Because it's like when you threaten toddlers with like, oh girl, what are you doing? Relax. Then they're just like, oh, well, actually, let me just pump it up a little bit more. Just show you what the fuck I can do. Like, because I'm not here to fuck with you.
No.
So I saw that 3-year-old on the plane in my row. And I said, Lord God, just give me the strength because I'm going to have to just deal with it. Let me just go to sleep for this flight. And I did. I was asleep for like the first 2 hours. You know me. I'm asleep before the plane is even in the air. Like, as soon as I'm buckled up, I'm asleep.
Before they even go over safety.
Exactly. Before I get in my seat, close the window shade, and go to sleep. Like, literally that fast. So I wake up like 2 hours later to the sensation of somebody kicking the fuck out of my lower back. Right. And I'm just like, this can't be right. Like I adjusted myself and then went back to sleep because I didn't want to wake up, but I just felt something kicking me and I was just like, this sounds, this is ridiculous. I'm imagining things. So I wake up again like 30 minutes later to somebody kicking the fuck out of my back. And I'm just like, this can't be real. So I turn around and there's a little boy in glasses who's maybe 10 or 11 years old, and he is just going to fucking town on the back of my chair, like having the experience of his life, kicking the fuck out of my chair. And next to him, seated right next to him, is his father. So this boy is in the window seat. His father is in the middle seat. I'm in the row in front of him in the window seat. His mother is next to me, and his 3-year-old sister is in the aisle seat. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this family is seated around me. This boy has a daddy to the left of him and a mother in front of him, and neither one of them noticed him kicking the fuck out of the seat and told him to stop.
Why is he kicking the fuck out of the seat if he's 10 or 11
Why?
years old?
See? And that's it. I looked at this child and I turned back around and I sat down and I said, Lord, I got to make some decisions today because I don't want to end up on the no-fly list. And if I go off on these people, that's going to be what happens. But this child is too old to be kicking on somebody's goddamn seat. So he kicked me again, and I turned around and looked him dead in his face, and I said, that needs to be the last time that you kick this chair. And he just stared, and I said, do you understand? And he nodded, and I'm like, cool. And then I look at his daddy, who's looking at me, and I'm just like, so you see your kid right next to you acting a fucking ass, and you would rather have a stranger address your child than just take care of it yourself? Like, if that was me, and somebody, a total stranger on a plane, turned around to talk to my child about something they were doing, I would have been like, oh, excuse me, girl. Like, I got it. Like, thank you very much for your input.
But clearly you didn't.
I can handle this over here. But see, that would not have been my problem because never would I fucking ever let my child get on a plane and disrespect somebody else's comfort or their space the way that their child was. So after I told him very politely, that's the last time you gonna kick me, I turn back around. I go back to, listening to music, reading email, or whatever the fuck else. 20 minutes later, thump, 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 all on my back. And I exhaled really big, and I took my headphones off, and I turned around and I said, you need to stop kicking me. Thinking that had to be the end of it. Because at this point, I've attracted to the mother and the father's attention. They both looking at me, and I'm looking at them like, so nobody is going to do nothing about this child. So after I said to him, you need to stop kicking me, I turned to the mother who was seated right next to me. I said, is this your son? And she said, yes. And I said, well, can you stop him from kicking me? Because if it happens again, I'm going to call the flight attendant, and I really don't want to have to do that. Now, I figure there are among us a certain group of people who understand I don't want to do this, but I will. And I feel like Black people, when it comes to situations where we are having problems with fellow patrons, we really try to work it out between the two of us. I try, like if we are in some place and somebody's in the wrong seat, we will talk to you about it. We're not just going to run and get the usher. We're not just going to run and tattle is basically what I'm saying. Like I try to work it out because I feel like people are decent and we can understand one another. But if you're grown ass, this kid had to be beyond 5th grade because he's just rattling off. At first I thought maybe, something was wrong with him. He had some sort of social disorder or something like that. Absolutely not. Like he's over here reading the history of Star Trek and like historical documents from like 1492 and shit. Like this child is brilliant. He's just bad as fuck. And so I turn back around again and I'm thinking, now I have had to talk to the mother, the father, and the son. Like, what is the issue? Do I need to go to the 3-year-old? Who is in charge of his legs and where he puts them? Because I don't understand how I've had to address your kid twice and neither one of you are capable of getting him to stop kicking my fucking chair. Do not kick my fucking chair. My nigga, all of 12 minutes passed and here this little motherfucker goes again. And I just snapped. I just lost it. I was like, either I'm going to cuss out this woman or this man, or I'm gonna cuss out this child. And I really don't want to have to cuss out a baby because it's not his fault. Like, yeah,
it's really not.
Yeah, he's the one acting up, but he's got 2 fully grown, awake, cognizant parents right here on the airplane who are doing the fuck nothing to stop him. And I am so tired of y'all acting like it is everybody else's responsibility to deal with your shit fucks of children. It is not. It takes a village, but I'm not your goddamn village. You and your husband need to tag team together to do something about the fact that your kid does not know how the fuck to act on an airplane. If you have children who are grade school aged and do not know how to behave on a fucking plane, newsflash, bitch, don't put that child who doesn't know how to stop kicking right behind somebody else's fucking seat. Why don't you trade places with your son, and that way daddy who knows how to control his legs is in the aisle seat, and then your badass kid is in the middle seat and he can kick the fuck out of his mama and she can be bothered with it. Like, that seems to me like that would be a rational decision. If you can't get your kid to act like he has some fucking sense, then trade places with him so that his bullshit only bothers you and your people instead of me. Because I pay too much goddamn money to travel and I had a layover, so I was pissed. I pay too much fucking money and have to spend too much time in the air to go spend time with my family and then deal with the bullshit of you on top of it. Like, I feel like I'm a very patient person in the air. I understand shit happens. Kids are bad. Cabin pressure drops, all kinds of stuff. I enjoy flying. I enjoy traveling, but don't fucking try me. I had to ring the goddamn bell for the flight attendant to come over. And this white woman, bless her heart, just pops up so cheery and nice. And she's like, can I help you? And I said, well, there needs to be something done about the child behind me because his parents aren't capable of controlling him and he keeps kicking the shit out of me. And so then the flight attendant was like, okay, like, this ain't really my lane. This is more of a parenting thing. But she reached out to this kid and was like, I need you to not kick that lady's seat anymore, okay? Like, just don't do it. And I guess that was the magic that finally got him to simmer the fuck down. But it just pisses me off so bad that people are so fucking lazy about taking care of their kids that they will sit there and watch their child repeatedly disrespect somebody else and not do a goddamn thing about it. Why are y'all having these kids if you don't want to fucking raise them? Listen, I know it sucks. It looks like it sucks. Every time y'all are out with kids, it looks like a giant pain in the ass. When you hoes are carrying strollers up and down the subway steps, I'll be like, well, you know what, Jesus? Thank God for that woman. Bless her back and her arms, but it could not be me. I just want to praise you right now, God, that is not me in that particular predicament. I know raising kids, it must not be no walk in the fucking park all the time, but you are going to have to do something about your children when they are in the presence of others. I understand they're little people. They're not adults. They don't know how to act like adults, and being out in the world and being social is the only way they know how to grow up and act society. I get that, and that's why I have allowances for children. I let toddlers scream and act an ass because they don't know no better. I understand that kids are going to sing along to Frozen or shit their pants or whatever the fuck else. They're not adults. I get it. But when your kid is 11 fucking years old and kicking the shit out of somebody else's seat, that's a reflection on your ass. If you can't control your fucking kids, don't fucking have none.
I would have beat his daddy's ass.
When I tell you I wanted to be like, so what in the fuck is y'all's purpose? Are y'all the chaperones here? I straight up asked this woman, so this is your son? Like, because she kept like turning around like, oh, don't do that. Don't kick the lady. Like, the lady doesn't want you to kick her. And he's continuously doing it. My mama would have beat my ass right there on the fucking plane.
On the flight.
First of all, you are blessed enough to be able to afford to be on an airplane. Do you know how much it costs for a family of 4 to travel from point A to point B? That's expensive as fuck. So y'all have enough money. You are lucky enough to be able to get on an airplane, and you turn around and kick the fuck out of the seat in front of you as some sort of measure of gratitude. These kids is bad as fucking it's y'all's fault. Do something with your fucking kids.
All right.
So that's my read this week.
That spoke to me on a spiritual level.
Because
I
you know,
don't even
I
like
always
children.
have, whenever we are in any given situation and something annoying is happening, I always have the patience, because I feel like I've been working on that. I have patience for a lot of bullshit situations. But when your child openly and deliberately defies an adult telling them to stop kicking, like, it's not like I told him, oh, turn down your video game or don't talk so loud. Stop fucking kicking me. That's the bare goddamn minimum. Y'all need to do something with these fucking kids.
I would have reached the Mile High Club of ass.
You know I wanted to beat that child's ass, but it would have been just my luck that there was an air marshal on the plane or some shit. I would have ended up with a felony for beating his ass, but I really wanted to beat the fuck out of his
parents. I would have waited
parents.
till we landed, and I would have beat the shit out of that child's dad, because you like it. There's just a fire in me. I already don't like bad children. I don't like when kids are out in public acting a fucking ass. But it's one thing for you to be out with your child, witnessing them acting
And allowing
a fucking ass
it.
and just letting it happen. It makes me so mad, because I didn't get you pregnant. I didn't have this motherfucker. This is your bastard.
Okay.
So you take care of this bitch before we have a problem.
And I love children.
You better
but
curb their motherfucking enthusiasm.
do something. Yes, exactly. Train this little nigga up in the way he should go. Shit.
So my read this week is very quick. I think. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's see where the spirit takes you.
I just I have a problem with people who come to parties like with the intention of just standing around and being mean, or like giving people mean looks. Now, this is
It sounds
okay.
so
So
specific.
Sunday we had the 305 Live party. This is not about that at all. That was actually like wonderful. Thank you to everybody who came out. It was like an amazing time. It was exactly the way that I wanted it to go, and I can't wait to do another one. So that was really great. After that, again, like I said before, it was Pride weekend here in New York City, and Pride usually means zilch to me. But because, you know, I can go out and get married and divorced tomorrow if I want, and that's like a really big deal. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm young and gay, and this is like a really big deal that's happening in our country. Like I should go and like be among, you know, us. So we went down to like the Village area, and here's the difference between white gays and black gays, men especially. When you go downtown and all the white gays are down in like Christopher Street or wherever the hell, and they are wearing their rainbow socks, shoes, lashes, brassiers, hats, capes, dreads, like anything, rainbow, all. And so it's like, oh my gosh, look at all of these white queens, like so excited about being white queens and like super proud of who they are and like celebrating being like alive, and like all of the gays before them who marched and fought and died, and like, oh, this is so nice. And so then it was Dustin and I, actually. You were down there with us.
Yeah.
And then we had broken off. We were going uptown after that to go to the black gay party.
What the fuck? Y'all could have invited me to that one.
No, we couldn't have.
Oh, Lord.
We got to that motherfucking venue in no less than like 3 to 4 minutes after we arrived. This gentleman, and he actually recognized me. He was like, listen, you and I are kind of on the same wave when it comes to shit like this. I wouldn't go up there if I were you. I was like, why?
Wow.
He was like, because they are up there fighting, smacking each other in the face with the bottles, calling each other everything but the name of God. And I was like, I turned to Dustin and I said, well, the 2 and the 3 are running. So I'm going like,
I'm going to head to Harlem.
and Dustin was like, well, wait, let's see. Dustin was like, let's wait for them to bring them down here, to be nosy. And I was like, ooh, okay. So like, we decided to like wait and see like who it was.
Y'all are hood rats.
Of course. And so, sure enough, they bring some niggas down and then they almost got into a fight again. And it was just like, what the fuck is it about people who come to fucking parties? I don't give a if it's the club, a house party, parade, wherever. Some R&B, soul in the park, jazz in the park.
Shut up.
Whatever, Essence Festival. I don't care where you at. I can't deal with people who like go to places with the energy to like fight or with the energy to just be super judgmental and like stare at everyone and be like, well, I have on Saint Laurent boots, or yes, this is a Gucci belt and you are mad about it. Oh, bitch, were you looking at me, crazy bitch? I'll whoop your ass in here, bitch. Like, that's literally the energy at Black Pride. And that's why I don't do it. It's just like, it's either like, whose pussy am I getting in tonight? Yeah. Or it's like, nuck if you buck, bitch. Like, that is how it is. And there are always like the few other queens like myself who go out to the function simply because they want to get fucked up and dance till they can't stand up anymore. And to you, brothers and sisters, I salute you, because your whole focus when you go out to the function is not to judge or be judged. It's to shake your ass and celebrate the fact that you still can. And to all you queens who, especially, it really bothered me the most that here we are downtown with all of these white gays and their allies running around celebrating and being happy and so on and so forth, and we get to the Black Party and can't even say I chew before they talking about niggas is upstairs doing the brat. Like, I don't have time, and I don't understand like what that's about. Like, what is the purpose of even going out to a party if you're not going to party?
Right.
Like, why? Like, your outfit is nice, I appreciate it, sure, well, not always, but I know like a lot of my fellow black gays put lots of thought and effort into their outfits and stuff, and they want to show it out and take selfies and stuff, and that's all well and good, but why the rage and the fucking anger? Like, Hennessy should be, swallowed, not chugged.
Never. Like, that's disrespectful.
It should be chug, don't chuck. Damn, that should be the acronym. Whatever. The point is, like, if you are the type of person who simply wants to go to a fucking party to give everybody else the side eye and be mad catty and dumb, stay your dumb ass at the motherfucking house and watch some old Soul Train on YouTube, bitch, because we don't need you at the function. And that's why you can come on out to 305 Live. I'm just going to go ahead and let everyone know. That's the end of my read.
Okay.
But I'm also going to let you all know again that we're transforming 305 Live into All the Way Live. You've heard it here first, girl. The function is now titled All the Way Live, with a less of a concentration on Miami, since y'all hoes couldn't handle that, and more of a concentration of just sweating and drinking and dancing and not worrying about anything. Hakuna Matata. The next dress code is Hakuna Matata.
Your party was lit, though. That shit was fun.
Everybody made it such a good time. Shout out to DJ Queen of Spades. She was, fucking phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And she really held it down with a lot of, like Uncle Al. I heard lots of Trick Daddy. But it was like the Miami songs would come on and everybody would be like, oh, I guess this is a Miami thing. Well, I'm gonna watch Kid Fury twerk until it's over. It was a little awkward. But I guess maybe like Miami.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody had a good time.
No, everyone had a good time. But
I saw your ass multiple times on Instagram and Snapchat.
That's great.
Vine.
I feel like, there just has to be, we have to speak the same language and be on the same page. And I feel like people were totally there for like, Migos and, Barter 6, Drake.
Okay.
And those types of things. The soca had people very, excited. The reggae and dancehall. I appreciate the fact that you all love that. And so, yeah, I say all that to say, again, I'm going to be having another party sometime soon. I'll let you know when the date is, as well as, a party in October, for 2 parties in October for Halloween. And I just, I am not a super social person, and I usually am at the motherfucking house minding my business. But when I do go out and party, I want to party. Like, that's the whole point of going to a party, is to enjoy the libations and be there with your best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. And enjoy yourself. I ain't going to the motherfucking party to be like, oh yes, bitch, I'm in H&M's finest and I'm gonna judge all of you hoes. Get the fuck.
And that's exactly what them bitches be looking like. Well, I got a brand new outfit out of Macy's house, so you bitches can't see me.
Sure did boost these red bottoms, sweetheart. You didn't have the heart to do it, and I bet you won't say nothing because I'll beat your ass in here. What?
Yeah. I just want to go out and have a good time and find a fine stud who's not there with her girlfriend to dance with. I don't feel like that's asking for the world.
But I don't want to beat up on us because, black people are already sensitive and jaded, and we have the right to be. But then black gays just take it to a whole other level. So mean to each other. I'm, guilty of that shit too.
That's just to say, because when it comes to
you shut up
talking about somebody, nigga, you in first place.
Well, that's not what the fuck this read was about in the first place, Peaches. So get that shit straight.
Okay, well, that wraps up another episode of The Read. Make sure you check out our website, thisistheread.com, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at thisistheread. Also, last week, I was very emotional and said President Obama's father is from Nigeria. That's not true. He's from Kenya, thanks to the roughly 2.5 million of you who tweeted and Instagrammed me to say that. I appreciate it very much. Also, congratulations to Leisha F., who won a brand new PAX 2 mobile vaporizer. We gave some away at our LA show, and then we had another giveaway on social media. So, Leisha, PAX will be contacting you directly. So
those things are so great.
Yes, girl, congratulations, because, that ain't no cheap-ass present. So,
and I love mine.
Enjoy it. Yes, I do, too. Let's see. Do you have any? Oh, shout out to Another Round, BuzzFeed's podcast. I was just on Tuesday's episode, so go check that out if you haven't heard it. That was so fun. So, what about you, Kid Fury? Any updates this week?
Go to YouTube, put in Kid Fury, KIDFURY. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I promise I still upload videos.
You just uploaded a green experiment video.
I did, and there's more stuff on the way. And that. Follow me on other things.
Snapchat.
Crissle's on Snapchat.
Yeah. You can follow me on Snapchat. I like to Snapchat him without him knowing, so that's as close as y'all are gonna get to Kid Fury on Snapchat. Unfortunately, he doesn't want everybody to know what his is, so
you saying that is just going to fuel people's
I know they really want to know now.
I mean, it's fine. The day that my Snapchat goes public is the day that I stop using it.
Okay. Is it but your Snapchat is not even a bunch of personal stuff, so.
I mean, I hardly use it, but I like the fact that it's 20 people that follow me and I know them.
Yeah, I could see that. I like the fact that there's no way to comment on it. There's no feedback from the users at all. I appreciate that. So, do we have an acronym this week or not? DBET. Bitch, if it's don't be BT, I hate you.
Do better.
Oh, well.
I just
I hope you're ready for your inbox.
I don't give
your mentions, because
two sweet gumdrops in the fuck, because y'all hoes already know what goddamn time it is, and it is what the motherfuck is. And I really am excited for the day that they switch the programming around on that network, and that I can enjoy it and watch it again. I miss the days of Rap City and AJ and Free, and
We all do.
You know, like responsible programming and representation of Black people. So when that happens again, I will be, you know, the first one to shower them in praises. But today ain't that day. And if you have a problem with it, you can go right on down to your nearest grocery. And I'm sure that they have Pine Sol.